Hello everyone, Switched Up here. I decided to do another theory video about one of the members of the Wonderballs, and that is Soarin. My girlfriend, she asked me about what if I can do another theory video about Soarin, and she even showed me a picture of him and Shady Daze. Shady Daze is actually one of those background school characters. He is actually, I think, he's almost the same age as the CMC. And, well, when I first saw the picture, I thought, okay, this must be something unusual way. I had made other previously videos about, like, if Blaze and Spitfire are related, and or, for example, Pinkie Pie and Surprise, if they could be long lost cousins. And can Soarin and Shady Daze be related? You may ask why. I didn't think about that. But if you had to say for considering this, they they share the similar basic design, same main colors, except that the Shady Daze is a little bit lighter color main, but basically the same there. But how could they be related? Well, Shady Daze has actually more blue colored eyes, meanwhile as Soarin has green eyes. So if they were brothers, wouldn't that they would have the same eye colors? In fact, that is not the case. May I, for example, my girlfriend, her family is blue eyes, meanwhile she herself is a green eye. That is one of the rare conditions might skip some person in the particular family who can be born with different eye colors. For example, in my family, we all are blue eyes, but two of my nieces with brown eyes, well, their father is a brown eyes. So, but most of that, in this case, it is very, very possible that Soarin and Shady Daze could be brothers, except that one of the parents could be a green-eyed, another part of parents could also be a blue-eyed, but it also depends how far the both sides of the family has their eye colors. Like from the mother's side, let's say if it goes maybe for 5 generations back with who has green eyes, meanwhile the blue eyes family from the father's side goes maybe also like 5 or 6 generations back. So which color would be dominant the most of all? If they were like, if the both sides of the family has a very long line of history with same eye color, and suddenly some like Soarin and Shady Daze had different two eye colors. Like Soarin has the mother's and Shady Daze has the father's eye colors. It is very possible because, well, I'm not going too much into advanced genetics or DNA, how to explain that works, since I have no idea myself. But from the basics what I can explain, it is possible that it can also skip a generation, or just suddenly, since both parts of the eye colors could be very strong as in line. But many other of my fans viewers may ask, what if they are brothers, what if they're just cousins? That can also work, because even if the family is like, if Soarin has an aunt who also has maybe 1 or 2 children, and that family also is blue-eyed, maybe it would also explain why Shady Daze is blue-eyed, while while his older cousin Soarin has green eyes since he owns that inherited from his mother's side, which explains that. But both cases could be true. They could either be cousins or brothers. But in what case might make more sense? Couldn't they just be born just brothers, but had been just been born with different colors? But there is a third theory from this part. What if the Soarin and Shady Daze are actually half brothers? Half brothers. Like that will also explain why, since Shady Daze is much younger than Soarin, and we know that for sure that Soarin is like in his 20s, well, in his 20s, like 20, 25 or something, and from what we can understand, take that CMC as Shady Days age currently consider that he must be around 10 and 12 would also make sense. So what if that Soren's parents, or at least mother, has been remarried at some point and had his younger brother Shady Days? That would also explain partly, since only the part was what if that both sides of Soren's his biological father also has green eyes, meanwhile that Shady Days' parents itself, his father is blue eyes, and his son maybe five or six generations backwards also is blue eyes. That can also explain why he is a blue eye and Soren's a green eye. But you have to make sure to understand the research, but also to do just guessing about it. Since both of these three parts in this theory could be actually true. There could be cousins, there can be brothers, also be half brothers. So the question here, what are they? Cousins, brothers, or just half brothers? Different sharing different parents, but has a different icon from that. I would have to say it's very, very likely that it is actually brothers. Because it is very common that in families where children are born with different eye colors. Even if both parents are blue eyes and that suddenly they have, let's say if they have two children. One is blue eye, and the other one turns out to be brown eyes. And you may ask, why does something is a brown eye? Well, what if some of the parents has a family related member who had brown eyes, like his great grandparent had a brown eyes, and suddenly it skipped two generations, and suddenly their own children had a brown eyes. It is very possible that could happen. So I think they are just brothers, even if there's a possibility they could just also be half brothers. But I believe they are fully brothers, but just in different eye colors. They're from different part of the family, but which of the parents' side who had the blue eyes inherit? I cannot say, because only they, if I say maybe the father and the green eyes is from the mother, but I cannot tell for sure. But that is what I believe about them. If you have your own opinion about if Soren and Shady Days could be cousins, brothers, or just half brothers, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, this is Switch Double, over and out.